Hey everybody, Dan here for Comic Frontline, and it is time for another comic book haul. And we're going to start off a little differently, a little shameless self-promotion, and the fact that I have two new releases from Argo Comics that came out this week. So it is part of my haul because they mailed them to me. First up, Argo 5, number 13. Okay. Uh, Cover by Tom Rainey, who just did Infinite Crisis number 2, came out last week. One of my favorite artists, so I was ecstatic to get this cover from him. Story by me, art by, well, I had two artists within this issue, Michele Mami and Robert Paggi from Italy, and then I had Raphael Lanhalis, who he had done actually some John Carter, Warlord of Mars for IDW, I believe. So they are the two interior artists. Pretty much good jumping on point because it starts off a little bit of a story arc right here. So again, Argo 5, number 13. My second release. Actually, the first time I released both Argo 5 and Sorority of Power in the same week. My friend Chris said maybe A is for August and A could be for Argo. So kind of like a little promotion there, which I adopted, but still August, the tail end of it. But Sorority of Power, number 7. Again, very happy to get this cover by Will Mineo, who longtime comic fans will know him as an independent legend for being co-creator and artist of the DN Agents, which was a title which I really loved. And he's kind of an animation legend, having worked on, well, too many to name, Godzilla, Gem, Captain Planet, the Real Ghostbusters. He was really like, you know, a supervising producer on so many of those, coming up with designs and everything like that. So really happy to have him do this cover. Interiors by T.G. Sangalang, who also known as TGK, sometimes on the web. He's done work before in Argo Comics, so if you've seen his work, you know, great stuff there. So, Sorority of Power number 7. I'll be at New York Comic Con. I'll have both of those available. And actually, I'll put links in the notes on the video for anyone who wants to check them out. But, going on to the other comics picked up at the comic store. Image Wayward number 1. I wasn't sure what to make of it. I looked through it. I liked the art. This was the last Adam Warren cover that they had at my store, so I didn't want to let it slip by. And sometimes with Image, I'll go for a trade, but sometimes I need an issue to see whether or not I'm down for a trade. So this will go towards the top of my reading pile, so that I can make some decision as to whether or not I'm interested in the book. But, as I said, the art was good enough that made me want to pick it up. All right. Now, The Flash, number 34 here. Brett Booth is the interior artist. This is a selfie cover. You know, DC has been running this whole thing with selfie covers where the heroes are taking photo selfies of themselves. And this is Eddie Barrow's selfie cover. Generally, I like Brett Booth better, but I just thought this was kind of clever in the fact that, you know, Flash is taking a selfie while out racing Superman. Of course, it's the new 52 versions, so I kind of, you know, had them both in my hand for a minute. But ultimately, even though I like Brett Booth a bit better, I went with this cover. I guess my comic store had sold out on Infinite Crisis #1 the week before. So even though I picked up #2, as I mentioned, with the Tom Rainey art last week, this week they had pulled #1 for me. Tom Rainey did not do interiors on this. We had Larry Stroman, who I liked from Image's Tribe book. He had done, a number of books back in the day. So he has some art in this, which is good. But really, the big draw here, Gene Ha cover. Gene Ha, artist of one of my favorite series ever, Top 10. He's just an amazing illustrator. This cover is fantastic by him. I did note that when I flipped through it, it did say that there was another variant cover by Terry Dodson, who is another of my favorites. I did not see that at my store. I would have had to weigh them out. Gene Ha, Terry Dodson, both two of my favorites. So I guess my choice was made by the fact that they only had this one. And talking about selfie covers, I went for that with the Batman 66, #14. Again, they had the regular cover. I don't know. I guess the art on this kind of edged out the other one. And I went with this one. Speaking of Terry Dodson covers, Terry Dodson cover, Catwoman. I haven't been really reading it because I'm so far behind on so many titles. I just know that I'm going to buy it for the Terry Dodson cover. So it's an easy decision for me, and I'm not that torn up about being behind. Pat Olive doing the interiors, and I've enjoyed them as well. Batman and Robin, #34. I haven't been a regular reader of Batman and Robin. I do like Patrick Gleason's art, so I think I picked it up last time for, this is #34, so I picked up 33, bunch of Justice League guest stars. This story kind of continued in it. I flipped through it. Again, Patrick Gleason, I like the art. If there weren't so many books to buy these days, I would probably be on board with this. But as it stands now, I just have too many books to buy, and I limit Batman to the Capullo title. So, but this was good interiors. Adventures of Superman #16. I heard this is the last issue. You can see all these great Supermen of the past on this cover, including this somewhat lackluster current version of the New 52 Superman. So I just wish maybe this guy or this guy would turn around and punch this guy. But at any rate, I believe it's the, like I said, end of the title. I did flip through it. I don't think I like the message that the story is giving, but I'll leave it to you to read that one. Now, talking of art, I always picked up Aquaman really for the art. Even Rice doing the art in the beginning. Then it switched to Paul Pelletier. I was down for that. They have a new artist on this issue. I don't know if Pelletier is coming back. If Pelletier is not coming back, then that might free me from having to buy Aquaman. But the artist that they got within, I don't know if he's working on Pelletier breakdowns or if they asked him to try to draw the issue like Pelletier, because there's a definite influence. Not enough to keep me if it's not the real thing. I will be jumping off if that's the end of Pelletier's run. And I will follow Pelletier to whatever he's doing. He's that good an artist. Batman Superman, I've picked this up from the beginning. And Jay Lee, I like, it's a different style, but I like it. And they had another cover for this that looked pretty good. The Jay Lee one edged it out for me. For Loki, 10th round, number 4. Simone Banchi doing the art. It's okay. I've been kind of buying it more just to see this whole storyline of Angela and Thor. But I'm not sure how many issues this is supposed to run. Because flipping through it, I didn't find it that appealing. Savage Hulk. What number is this? 3. Savage Hulk 3. Alan Davis, Mark Farmer. So, I mean, it's, pretty much based on that with those creators and the fact that you got the Neil Adams era X-Men and the Hulk. All these ingredients lead to me buying the book. Original Sin, Guardians of the Galaxy, number 18, Ed McGuinness doing the art. Enough said, as they say in Marvel. All New X-Men, Bendis and Assar, Mahmoud Assar doing the art. I guess with Mahmoud Assar doing part of it and Sarah Pichelli doing the other part. Bendis writing. All in all, that's of course one to get. Wolverine the X-Men. I used to buy this the first run of the series for Nick Bradshaw's art. Now I flip through it to see who's doing the art. This is number 8. The art was good enough for me to get on board with it. Inhuman, number 4. Okay, the art took a drop down on this issue. I forget who was doing it before, maybe Joe Mad. This isn't Joe Mad, but, picked it up. Yeah, I mean, it's still good art. Ryan Stegman. Fantastic Four, number 9. Okay. Again, I don't think I've completely been buying this every time, but flipped through it and bought it. Now, going outside of, this is a Comic Monster haul, so we have to go outside the normal parameters, and I did pick up Copra, number 13. I already had 14, so I don't know how I missed 13, 15, and 16. And basically, great title. You can go to Comic Frontline, the main website, and you can check out my review of Copra, because I did a written review some months back. And it's a title I found at actually a store in Brooklyn, New York that was publishing it at the time. I believe the creator, Michelle Pfeiffer, went on to do some Marvel work right now as a writer. So, Copra, 13, 15, and 16. These will move up towards the top of my reading pile so I can keep current on that. That pretty much does it for this week's haul. Come back to Comic Frontline for all your comics news, reviews, and entertainment.